sports. It's in the game.
How about an intro to begin the third installment of the JRL F122 series? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in for tonight's stream. My name is RGXJJ Reg, your host and broadcaster, as always, here in the JRL on Twitch. And we are very excited for the third season and going for the F122 division here tonight. And it kicks off at virtual Melbourne Park, located in Austria. New opportunities, new drivers, new names, new tracks. What more would you want in the third season of our F122 series? Alright, so lobby is open, so if you're a driver in our Twitch chat and looking to join the lobby, if you have me added on friend on Xbox, feel free to do that at this moment. But while we wait for some of the drivers and wait for the lobby to get set up here tonight, let's take a little debrief on what to expect here tonight at virtual Melbourne Park in Australia. The Albert Park Circuit is a motorsport street circuit around Albert Park Lake, 3 kilometers south of central Melbourne. It is used annually for the circuit of the Formula One Australia Grand Prix IRL, supporting Supercars Championship, Melbourne 400, and other associated sporting races. Track length tonight is 3.295 miles in distance. That includes the new layout here on the F122 game. So message going out to the drivers that lobby is available to join. So a big frog leap from last time in F1 2021. The last time we visited this track, however, in this new game, obviously different layout. The chicane towards the middle part of the track no longer there. It's now a long, giant S section of the entire racetrack. So could see a great opportunity of overtaking that particular part of the racetrack, or even on the main string. Only 2 DRS points here at Melbourne Park. Alright, so let's go ahead. Okay. Party disconnected there for a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up our lobby here. So for those that are new to our F1 campaign, we obviously run equal car performance so that all of the team outfits are equal in pace. However, it's not going to be quite equal considering that we have full custom setups allowed and the assist restrictions that will no longer be in play, unlike Season 1. Same thing with Season 2, we also turn these off. Steering assist, braking assist will also be off. Anti-lock brakes on, traction is full, dynamic racing line is full all the way, automatic gearbox is on, pit assist, pit release assist, ERS, and DRS assist all turned off. So drivers are going to have to maintain their car. When it comes to the DRS points, the energy reduction system when pitting. So could see drivers get speeding penalties here tonight, so they need to be very aware of that situation. So we have dynamic weather turned on, realistic session start time as well. Another big thing that some of our newer drivers tend to forget this, but we run strict corner cutting. It has been a rule that we've had since season number 2 of the series. Safety car always be set to standard. Maybe depending on a track, if it's too chaotic, then we will turn it on to reduce. But for now, we are sticking with standard. Moving on over to sim settings. AI, for some reason, if a driver lags out, we set the AI to 75. Service type set to realistic. No recovery mode. Car damage set to standard. The rate is set to reduced. Low fuel mode situation is going to be hard. Race starts are manual, collisions on, ghosting is on, and unsafe pit release is off. And that should really pretty much do it. So this will give you guys the opportunity to look at, see where everyone else, where all of our new drivers and returning drivers have moved over to. And I still need to invite a few more people before we get the show on the road tonight here at Melbourne Park. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Alright, so all drivers have been invited to the session, and we currently wait 5 minutes time before we begin qualifying here at Australia. And I apologize if the bit rate on the stream is screwed up. I actually started stream while on the Twitch app on Xbox, then quickly went over to F122 to get that little intro that everyone knows and loves. Just thought it'd be a little bit cool for the stream. So while we wait to begin, still waiting on just a few more. I believe RZX Nix is also getting ready to join us as well. Oh look, Ultra's in here as well. I didn't see that. So quickly look at our drivers fronting, hopefully fronting the grid the rest of the season. We have. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but we have EI Pee Wee. I don't know how to say it, but he's going to be fronting the Williams outfit for the season. CSR ZP, also known as That Guy ZP, sticking with Ferrari. His teammate Zachman 2211 also joining us for hopefully their full time. They competed a little later in season 2. JDMX Culture fronting the McLaren outfit. Alongside him will be Panda XV. Mikey1414 had a very impressive rookie season last time out. He's going to be joined alongside with a good friend of his, Dr. Goober Jr., who's had one of the greatest qualifying paces at a lot of these tracks here in the game, but has failed to get the job done. And when I mean get the job done, that means getting the win. He did get one win last season at Austria. That was a wet weather race. Looking at someone else. RZX Elite. His name's now RZX Elite, but maybe you guys know him as Elite Fusion. Fusion going to be joined with RZX Sparks in Red Bull. Sparks, runner-up in Season 2 of the driver standings. Had one of the most impressive rookie performances that I have seen in a long time in this series. But yeah, Sparks moving on from Alpine over to Red Bull. He's going to be with RZX Elite now. Sniper Hybrid 2006, hopefully making most starts than he did last time out, because it was a very frustrating season for him. He's going to be in the Aston Martin. Joining him is Odin, who made a perfect attendance last season. But some of those races that he was a part of, he could not really stay consistent enough. But hopefully, he's all refreshed up, and hopefully, maybe this year might be the year he could maybe get on the podium or maybe a win. Let me see. Did I skip anyone? All right, we'll save them for last. UPro 66 going to be joined with Haas Racing 41. Not starting tonight due to an illness, but UPro is going to be fronting the Alfa Romeo outfit, aka Sauber, however you want to call it. RZX Ultra and Nix fronting AlphaTauri. Ultra moving on from Aston Martin. Didn't make most of last season. Nix sticking with AlphaTauri with his buddy, his partner in crime. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what they do. Firefighter P, another new driver, fronting Alpine. I believe we lost someone. Not sure who that was. Alright, and moving on to our final team introductions. It's OTC Dream, Season 1 and 2 champion. Can anyone take down Dreams this season? Maybe it's the year to do it. We got a lot of new drivers. We don't know how good they're going to be, if they have anything up against for Dreams, but he's looking for back to back to back. It's never been done in JRL history where one driver went 3 times in a row in championships. And I'm not just talking about in F1, I'm talking about in Forza. No other driver has done it. Could this be the season to do it? RTX Games, his Season 1 rival back on F1 2021. That was a long time ago. He's going to be joining him in the Silver Arrows outfit, the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. So yeah, they're going to Mercedes. Of course, we all know that Games, if you were part of JRL during the Season 1 campaign, Games was on the anti-Mercedes team, Red Bull. But yeah, just checking Discord one final time. Making sure that we have everyone, and I believe it was Pee-wee that lagged out. So we'll quickly re-invite him. Just waiting on Pee-wee to select his team, and I think that should be it. CSR Delta also going to be spectating tonight. And we thank you guys for all of the follows here on the stream. Thank you, ELP, I believe that's Pee-wee. JMX Culture, UPro66, thank you guys for the follows. Believe that is all 3 new followers. That's 3 of the new drivers that we have. Alright, I think it is time to ready up. So here we go. Let's see what's going to happen here in qualifying. As usual, 18 minutes on the clock. A very tough, difficult round 1 that every driver has to go through. I personally feel like the key to surviving this track is just stay alive. Because I think we're going to get a lot of safety cars tonight. Because that's how Australia is. It's a very high speed, cornering, technical track that we got to go through. But yep, we all got to go through it. But once Australia is over with, everyone has to go through Spain without the S. So it looks like they're choosing their Tyler tire, excuse me, I don't know why I'm missing a lot of words tonight. Tire allocation, which of course should be all the same, but here we go. A whopping 17 drivers fronting the grid. We have not seen numbers like that in quite a long time. So we'll put our track map on. Gap is to leader. We'll do that. So here we go. Looks like Dreams is going to go ahead and go out. Might go out first. No, someone else is going out. It's one of the Hash drivers, but we'll sit with Dreams here on this out lap. Looks like we have a scam bot in the Twitch chat. However, I don't really know how to get rid of that. It's not giving me the delete option, but most of everyone is out here. So for the first outlet, we'll ride on board with our defending series champion, that being this driver here, OTC Dreams. So going into turn one, depending on what your setup is, you might have to brake a little bit sooner than you normally have to. So 1 and 2 done, DRS open, going into turn 3. Very sharp set of corners, a slow right-hander followed by another slow left-hander here. Difficult corner right there to get nabbed on track limits, and this one up here, this corner is also redone. I should have mentioned that before we even started. So Dreams quickest in the first sector. I believe it was taken away by someone else behind him, but anyway, DRS open in the S section. Going through the tight chicane. Might see a lot of wrecks there, but it looks like Dreams has invalidated the lap, so he's going to back out of it. Hopefully we'll set up for a new one. So time to be is a 120.132 by Mikey1414. Looks like Dr. Gruber Jr.'s teammate went to the pits. Elite will quickly improve on that to a 118.7. The newest RZX driver. RZX Sparks, look at the time gap there between his Red Bull teammate. 2 1/1000ths of a second off. That's good enough for second as of now. Odin went into the pits. Games has retired, so it's Ultra. Just now noticing that. And there is a Mercedes backwards. That's Dreams. Oh my God, stay out of the way. Alright, well, we saw our defending champion. This is our defending champion, everyone. There's actually a tire in the distance. I believe that was Ultra's tire. McLaren is next across the line as JDMX Culture, a new driver. That's good for 5th, but he must have had a mistake somewhere in the part of the lap. He is on the medium compound tires here at the start. Now the new F1 rule is that's applied to the new game, is that you can start on any tire you want. Back in F1 2021, where you had to start on the tire you set your quickest lap in. So 2 Red Bulls into the pits now. Dreams, I believe, the Mercedes now in. Failure to set a lap in. RGX Nick's next across the line has kept the lap pretty clean. That's going up for 4th. Almost 2nd off of RGX Elite for P1. Oh my god, there's a McLaren in the way. It looks like I need to get another driver in here. That tire has not disappeared. JDMX Culture improves. Now 2.5 behind RGX Elite. So that's our top 6 that have set times. Everyone else either hasn't or has invalidated their lap. 2 Aston Martins on their outlaps and now getting ready for their, I think it's their first flying laps. So Nix will go into the pit lane. Culture's still on a flying lap. Not sure if he's gonna want to go any longer on those set of tires. There's a Aston Martin slow in sector 1. I believe that might have been Odin or Sniper. I think that was Sniper because he was first in front of them. So Panda XV now taking his first flying lap in JRL history. And we'll watch Panda for a quick minute here. And Panda gets nav track limits there. And meanwhile, Dr. Goober Jr., the driver that has had the best qualifying pace out of every driver from the past 2 series, has gone quickest by a little over half a second. Nicely done by Mr. Goober himself. Alpine is next across the line. Believe that's Firefighter P. I don't think he improved, or unless that was his outlap, which I really wasn't paying attention there to the track map. We got a lot of new drivers, so it's gonna take a while for me to get used to this, because normally I just had to wait for quite a long time. So I just saw Sniper go up to 2nd on the board. Pretty decent lap for him. So it looks like the 18s could be crackable here as we see Firefighter P go quickest overall in that first sector. And I believe it was just taken from him. I believe it was from this driver. Nope, might have been from Elite. Maybe not. I don't know. Now Firefighter P is really flying here. He's quickest in both sectors here. We'll see what he has to offer going through this final sector. Can lose a lot of time in some of these corners right here he's about to go through. The slow left-hander followed by the fast right-hander leads on to the main straight. For the final corner, DRS open on the front straight. Comes across the line. It is 3rd overall at 2.73 tenths off of Goober. So good laps from our top 3 drivers so far. The Ferrari boys, one's on their outlap, one's on their flying lap. They're on opposite sides of the tracks, and it looks like Sparks has spun on the main straight, so that will completely shatter his next lap as well. We're watching Elite, who had pole position just for a few minutes. Gotta go get it back, and he's backing out of his lap. And Dream's really not doing much here in qualifying. Still a lot of time left to improve here. But he's really pushing the limits here. It's going to be difficult for him. Nothing's free in JRL. He definitely had to earn it the last 2 seasons. So your top 5, Dr. Goober Jr., Sniper Hyper, Firefighter P, RZX Elite, and RZX Sparks. 2 Red Bulls, Alpine, Aston Martin, and Haas takes up the top 5 so far. We're watching OTC Dreams go quickest in that first sector. We'll see what he has to offer in his second sector, and he improves in the second sector. He's quickest overall, and that one almost got napped for track limits there. That was awfully close. So we're watching our defending series champion go around the final sector and seeing what lap time he's going to put on the board. So rounds the final corner, DRS open for the Mercedes. Comes across the line. What's it going to be? It's P5 provisionally, just half a second off of Goober's lap time. McLaren crossed the line. I believe that was JD Max Culture, so he improves to P9. AlphaTauri next across the line. I believe he had a spin. Oh yeah, he's 12 seconds off the pace. Odin now gonna cross the line here. And he goes P4, so very impressive performance so far from our Aston Martin boys. So I just had a problem with the party. Just got disconnected from it for some reason. So it looks like everyone's coming back in to get ready for the final round here. So 5 minutes left on the clock. Nix, I would assume, is going to pit here. So will Culture. So everyone's back into the pits. Panda, XV now goes back out. And I believe Odin is still out. I think he's going to go back into the pits. He's not going to improve. If you're looking at the top right of your screen, got to pay attention to that. So King Pika says El Peewee for the victory. Looks like we got a El Peewee fan in the chat. He is currently 13th on the board, 1.8 behind our current pole sitter. Oh my god, the stream is seen better days. Just looking back at the screen, it's normally not like that, guys. I don't know. I don't understand what's the deal with the bit rate today. So I would assume this is going to be Sniper. Maybe Sniper's going to put 2 more laps in here. He's currently sitting second as of now. And oh my god, there's AlphaTauri spun. That's Nix. shattered his front wing. I believe that's it for qualifying for next. He's going to have to get a replacement. He's not going to have enough time, and Sniper invalidates the limits there. So he's going to back out of that lap. And he's going to get ready for what should be one more final lap to try to snag pole away from Goober. As everyone now merging from the pit lane back onto the track. Less than 3 minutes to go. So we'll watch Pee Wee go around for a few turns here. There's traffic up ahead as the yellow flag is out. He has gone quickest in the first sector here. Promising laps so far. We'll see what's going to go on in this middle sector. A lot of straight line speed from the Williams. Second sector is quickest of everyone. Purple boats, 2 sectors now to get ready for the final, more trickier part of this racetrack. A little bit slow through that corner, but I think he is going to be okay for now. Missed the apex in penultimate corner. DRS open, now back on the main straight. And he goes 4th quickest. Big improvement by our Williams driver. Alpine next across the line. This is Firefighter P, 3rd overall. Comes across the line, DRS open. And did he improve there? I don't know if he did. Maybe he improved this previous lap. I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't think he improved there. So Firefighter P will have one more shot at pole here. Sniper, I think, is pretty much done. Not really going up to speed here, unless I'm just being dumb. So it looks like we got a Ferrari across the line. Oh my god, we got a lot of cars across the line. And Goober improves to a 125. I think that was just a little bit. And Zachman spins out in turn 2. Front wing completely gone. He's not wrecked out, but that's going to be it for Zachman, as he's out in qualifying. And oh my god, McLaren almost just teabagged him. Or T-boned. So Mikey's done, Culture, Nix, Panda, UPro Games, Ultra, they're all done so far. Sparks crosses the line. He can, did he improve? Yeah, he did. He improved. He's up to 3rd now. Knox Sniper back to 4th, and Firefighter P back to 5th. Elites, I believe, has retired from sessions, so that's it for qualifying for him. They're all trying to chase a 118.1. And Firefighter P goes into the pits. Next across the line would be OTC Dreams. And he spins out, and he's wrecked out of qualifying. The final 2 corners coming up, and he's out of it. He hasn't seen pole position since the final, I believe, I think it was Brazil, where he last got qualifying. And he's not going to see it here at Melbourne Park today. Long ways to go for our Mercedes driver. So everyone is pretty much done. I think we're all done here in qualifying. Yes, we are all done. Dream says in chat that would have been 8 tenths better than his previous lap. That would have been pole position by just a few short tenths. But once again, it's Goober back on the pole position. He'll be fronted on the front row with Arctic, Elite, Arctic, Sparks, and Sniper taking up that second row. Firefighter P and L Pee-wee the third row, and the rest of the results are on the screen. Nick says he was an entire second up. A lot of misfortune here in our session. So there's a look at your predicted pit stop strategy tonight. It looks like majority of the field starting on the medium tires, which would be the optimum strategy. But we'll see what everyone's starting on. CSR ZP gonna be starting on the soft command tires, so he'll have an advantage at the very start of this one. So here we go, warm-up lap underway. So two Red Bulls coming out, guns blazing. They sit second and third on the grid. Elite with the bragging rights over our runner-up, Sparks, in last season. Alright, so drivers, now we'll go line up their cars on the grid with the new F122 lining up on the grid setting. Goober, Elite, front row, second row, Sparks, Sniper, third row, Firefighter, L Pee-wee, fourth row, Odin, Zachman, fifth row, Dreams, CSR, ZP. And here we go. A lot of history has been made in the final two seasons. But here we go. The third installment of the JRL F122 series underway here at Melbourne Park in Australia. And did something just happen? Oh, and there we go. It took a while. But anyway, we're going. Goober gets a rocket start. He leads into turn 1, 2 Red Bull side by side, and Sparks and Elite. And Sparks Elite takes the Aston Martin with him. That was Odin, if I wasn't mistaken. Sparks second, Firefighter third, Il Pee-wee fourth, Odin fifth. We're watching Elite. He's falling all the way back to 8th here at the start. And Haas, I believe that's Mikey, got spun around. He falls all the way back to the grid. And a 5-second penalty for OTC Dreams. He gained a place, and I think he didn't give it back in time. So that's probably going to stay towards the end of the race. But that's unfortunate unless we have to get that removed for some reason why. But right now, Elite's getting under attack by his teammate, RX Nix, going through the chicane. We're right on board with the Red Bull driver. Nix a little wide. That's going to hurt his speed a little bit. How about that? Already a 1-second gap over first and second here at the start of this one. We got a Haas in first and a Haas in 17th. Go further back to the two McLarens with JDMX Culture and Panda XV. They fend off the hard charging field from Game Sniper, UPro, and Mikey right behind them. Looks like Aston Martin creep into the inside of RJX Games, but nothing there. Two Ferraris side by side fighting for each other. DP with bragging rights now up to P9. Zachman back to 10th. And I believe that's Ultra. He got around and he tagged the wide. I think he collected another car. And I think he's alright. We're still going. He did not wreck out. Very unfortunate for Ultra. He's struggled a lot in the series. And tonight it's going to be a no-brainer. You're going to struggle a lot here at Melbourne Park. We'll go further back with Games and Sniper Hyper now. Fighting out. Sniper a little wide. Games now to the inside. And Games is starting on the hard compound tires here. So he's going to go a little bit longer on this first stint. And Sniper a little bit of wheel spin there. And he lets UPro go on by. So it is Goober that leads from Sparks from Firefire, El Peewee, and Odin as your top 5. Tire field all stretched out now as Ultra will go into the pit lane. Zachman nabbed with a 3-second time penalty there. That's going to stay towards the very end of this one. And we have a yellow flag, and it's Goober. Goober, our pole sitter, has gone around. Very unfortunate for him. He spun exactly where Ultra did. He has some right side wing damage. That plate is not on. Oh boy, we got a lot of action going on through the S section here. He's side by side with JDMX Culture. Battle for 10th as Goober will probably come into the pits here. Slight contact between the two. Goober a little bit wide. He's going to have to give it to Panda. And they're both out of the race. And that's going to be a virtual... Yeah, oh no, it's a full safety car. They took each other out. I don't know what have caused that. I think Games might have got hooked by Panda. And they're out of it. Wow. Very unfortunate indeed. As our third lap into this race, we're already down to our first full safety car of this one. Alright, well, safety car is out. 2 drivers now out of it. This kind of helped Ultra get back into the mix, but he's back into the pits. Everyone has stayed out. Maybe they will go into the pits here. We don't know for sure. So with Goober, our pole sitter, spinning out in the same corner Ultra did a lap ago before he did, it is RZX Sparks, our runner-up last season in the championship. In the P1, Firefighter, LPW, Dreams, Odin, right behind him with second on back. I would imagine they stay out here for this first stint unless there's some brave enough to go into the pits. I think we might have some. Looks like we have a Red Bull and a Alfa Romeo going into the pits. So they're going to be the two duo to go on a certain compound. So Goober goes on the sauce after completely shattering his front wing. Elite and so Upro is going on the hards, going the whole way at this point. Will that get you the whole way? I'm not too sure. Elite will take the soft tires. Everyone else stays out. Alright, so it looks like the safety car is in. We didn't get the message for some reason that it was going in. But it's going in, and Sparks will lead us coming up to the final corner. I think he's going to wait, and there he goes. We're off away. We're back underway here at Melbourne Park. Dreams has a run on someone up here. That's a Williams, that's Pee-wee. And Pee-wee got a little bit wide in turn one. That's not good for Dreams. He has to bail out of that. Pressure from high between a teammate and not a teammate. For RTX, that is. Nix gets forced off wide. It gives him a time penalty fighting with Odin. So we get an onboard shot behind OTC Dreams. And UPro has spun out. Yeah. Dreams cut that corner. I think he's going to get a warning for that. So Sparks, unlike Goober, he's already getting pressure behind from Firefighter. Whether when Goober was in the lead, he built over a second of a gap. DRS won't be activated until the very next lap. Dreams a little bit wide out of that corner. It's going to hurt his momentum as he was gaining on the Williams ahead of him. Ferrari and Aston Martin side by side. Zachman against Sniper. Sniper against Zachman here. And Mike, was that Mikey? Yep, Mikey spun around in turn two. One of our Haas drivers. Sniper still with Zachman. And Zachman now ahead of Sniper once again. JD Max Culture also in the mix here. It's all stretched out with our top 6 here, as Ultra has retired from the race. It's rather unfortunate. He's really been struggling here as of recent. But anyway, we look further on back between Elite and Sniper. Sniper's fallen back a little bit. He got passed by Culture and now from Elite. And UPer 66 has still having problems. And look at the Alpine driver go all the way against the wall trying to break the slipstream. Gets it done pretty successfully as that DRS won't be activated. So Elite's making up some ground after he went into the pit stop. Side by side between JD Max Culture. So that puts RZX Elite back up to P8 now, where he fell back after he started second in this race. And someone else is around. It's LP waiting the Williams. The notorious kink that we're going to see pretty much a lot of drivers tonight. I won't say everyone, but that's going to be a safety car. So his front wing must have come off. Yeah, his entire front wing came off. That triggered the safety car. And we are back under the safety car period again. So everyone is into the pits. Zachman, Sniper, ZP, all staying out here. Everyone's into the pits. So look at our tire situation update. So Zach Command, Sniper staying out. Sniper is one of the front runners, so he was up in the front for a little bit here. So man, he's back up towards the front. Elite has made 3 stops so far tonight. So Dreams will get his time penalty served into the pits, so he is all good. Everyone else has a track limits time penalty. Unless, wait, I don't recall Goober ever getting one. Oh wait, yeah, he must have got one. That's unfortunate for him. He's just been nabbed from a bunch of race wins here in the series. So safety car now coming in. And we'll go back to green on lap 11 of the race. Still a lot of action left here of this one. A lot of pit stops still to be made, especially with our top three. And we're underway as CP now on the attack on Sniper Hyper, but he's got a Red Bull that sparks to the inside on the R compound tires. And he hits Sniper going into turn one. He's collecting. Did he collect more cars? No. Oh, wait. I think he collected a McLaren here. He collected multiple cars. He got tagged behind from ZP. And so they fall quickly down the order, outside of the top 10 now, as it's the RZX duo of Dreams and Sparks, P1 and P2. And UPro still cannot figure that corner. So now Elite on the attack on the Williams driver here. And Elite got a bit wide. That allows Goober to get to the inside. So slight mistake by Elite. Goober capitalizes on it here as the 2 leaders side by side. He forces Sparks out. Dreams, our season 1 and 2 champion, retakes the race lead. And Sparks has fallen all the way to 3rd, and he is falling way back. He's back to 5th now. Oh my, he's falling way back. What is going on with him? Oh, his front wing. Oh my god. There must have been some sort of contact when they were going side by side with each other. But the battle for first is still going on as Pee Wee trying to take the race lead from the Mercedes. Pee Wee, your new race leader. Dreams back to 2nd, Goober to 3rd, Elite 4th, Firefighter P is 5th. And now Goober on to the attack. And Dreams had to back out of that corner. And he's going to let him have the inside line here. Dreams will early break it. Oh my god, he got awfully close to him. Now Dreams is going to pull the crossover, and he can't get it done. Try to go through the grass, and that's not really going to work. And now Pee Wee's starting to pull away. Built over a 2nd gap. Elite with slight speed advantage with slipstream and a lot more ERS, I'm sure, than Dreams does. The Dreams gets nagged with a time penalty. In fact, majority of our top 5 do, except for Elite here. And oh my god, he had a lot of oversteer there. Elite Fusion. We'll definitely see how time penalties add up to the end of this race, but still, it's not over till it's over. So Elite back on the attack. He's forced a long way around on Dreams. And he's going to get done. He's up back into the podium places. And Goober, meanwhile, is cutting time down on our race leader, El Pee Wee. And now Firefighter putting pressure on a Mercedes driver as they're pretty much in a DRS train. But they didn't really gain any, or the Alpine didn't gain any time there. And Dreams got a bit wide through the kink. That allows the Alpine to get to the inside. And Dreams will have to yield that position because Firefighter was coming in high. And here comes Mikey up to 5th now. Dreams going to back out of that. You really can't pass through the chicane here at Australia. So Dreams, after leading for a few short seconds, has found himself all the way back to 6th. Really struggling now to find the pace that the others ahead of him don't have. So PB trying to break the draft on the main straight from Goober, who has the DRS on him, but only gained a 10th going into turn 1 here. So Mikey on the attack for 4th now. Alpine against Haas. And Firefighter a little bit wide coming out of the exit there. That allows Mikey to gain ground along with DRS advantage. And he loses the car going through the final 2 corners. A lot of oversteer, tried to save and couldn't get it done. And now Dreams will just go ahead and go to the pits because he's really not finding any pace on either it's the tires or the... And it's, oh my, did Odin just tag Zachman from the rear? I think he did. I saw it for a split second. The Ferrari definitely went around. I think it was Odin that might have just tagged him a little bit there. Caused him to go around. Or maybe it was Sniper. Nah, it was definitely Odin. Wow. That's really interesting. So go back up to the race lead now. Goober and Pee Wee still trading punches. Now Pee Wee just break the draft here as best he can. Goober trying to get into it here. Really not gaining on the main straight. So our defending series champion back down to P11. Not looking good for him so far in this one. The Haas, I think, is just a little too quick here when it comes to the DRS. I mean, it's pretty obvious that he is gaining here. And Pee Wee got a bit wide through the penultimate corner and back on the main straight as he's still trying to rake the draft. But Goober's almost right alongside of him as he thought about coming to the inside there. You saw a little wiggle from Dr. Goober Jr. here, trying to take back the race lead. Oh, Pee-wee's going a little bit slow. Is he on his AI? Because he was going awfully slow on the straight. Oh, the Goober had to lift. He fell pretty far back than he initially wanted to, but that killed his momentum. He was right there on his rear wing, and that's not looking good for Goober. I think Pee-wee might have been on his AI and it just slowed, because normally you don't slow down that sudden. But meanwhile, with these two fighting now, RZX Elite back into the picture. He's gaining some ground on the leaders. Odin has retired from the race. He spun coming out of the chicane, and that's going to be a third safety car of the night with just 11 laps remaining of this race. And now it's decision time. Do you want to pit for the sauce, or is the mediums the way to go? Staying out on the mediums, or maybe it's the hards. Maybe the hard compound tire is the quickest. So 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, all into the pits now. Zachman will go on the softs. Mikey, ZP, Sniper, all on the medium tires. So I will be back with you guys shortly. I'm gonna leave it on Goober here until we begin. I'm quickly grab a drink and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back, and looking at the tire data, Pee-wee has stayed out. And is he gonna try to go the whole way here? I mean, track position is key. I mean, so Goober, Elite, Fire, they all are into the pits now. So we should be going back to green this time. And oh, looks like we're still under the safety car. So we'll go one more lap. So it looks like we're going to have 8 laps to go and we go back racing. Culture will give up all of his positions and we'll round out the field that's still left. So Odin, Ultra Games, Panda all out of the race here. So let's have a look at the time penalty situation. That's not it. So our top 3 with all 3 seconds. Firefighters, I want to say he's completely eliminated from contention zone winning. But look at Sparks. No time penalties at all for him. He is all clean. And if Sparks can at least keep it where he's at right now, he could potentially win this thing from where he's even on right now. So here we go, safety car coming in. Pee-wee, Goober, Elite, Firefighter, Sparks, your top 5 when we come back to green. We'll go further back with Elite here on the restart. Oh, Goober got awfully close to Pee-wee, but Pee-wee did not have a good exit. It's Goober on the slipstream. He is going to take the defensive line to the inside. Goober will have to yield a position. Firefighter fighting against the Red Bull behind them. Pee-wee still taking the defensive line here. Remember, they're on fresh mediums. Pee-wee still on the hard compound tires. We got a spin that's Mikey back in 13. So no positions gained inside this top 5. Side by side for the race lead in the S section. Through the chicane. Who's going to yield? They're fighting it, and the Williams will eventually have to yield. Goober back up into the race lead, but Sparks is still there. Remember, Sparks does not have a time penalty. So he also could win this race as Pee-wee's really struggling on the hard compound tires. I don't think he pit. No, he did not pit. really old hard compound tires. He's struggling for grip back there. He's back to 11th. Excuse me, he's back in 3rd. Why did I say 11th? Now DRS helping to gain a little bit of a ground. And we have another safety car. And it's U-Pro. U-Pro has DNF'd. So it's our 5th driver now out of this race. Going up to that final corner, and we're under safety car once again. Now, when you think about it, what is Pee Wee going to do here? Do you think track position is key at this point? Or do you go in for the quick set of tires, sacrificing all of your track position? Remember, Pee Wee was struggling there at the end of that lap. All the way back to 3rd. So Dreams got around Sparks. For 5th. Sparks still has opportunity to win this race. We'll actually pull up. Actually, no, because they're under safety car. I was going to pull up the gap to leader, but they're on the gap to the car ahead of them. So Pee Wee's going to stay out. The track position, I would say, is crucial at this point. He's in a spot to get a podium, but it's going to come at a risk. He's on old hard compound tires. Nick Sniper going into the pits here. And they have caught the safety car. And we talk about how Sparks is still opportunity to take the steal to this race win as long as time penalties don't come to haunt him with these final few laps approaching. And we go back to green. But how about JD Max Culture, rookie of the series? No time penalties at all. He's still 9th on the grid, but when time penalties are added, that position of his is going to move up. So technically you would say he's fighting with Sparks. Well, he's obviously got to get in front of him, and he's got some traffic to go up ahead of him. He's got 2 Ferraris ahead of him. Safety car should be coming in this lap. Going green. Yep, safety car's in. Going green on lap 27. 3 laps to go when they hit the line. And it will be our pole sitter trying to survive the carnage and chaos here in Australia. And hopefully trying to get a little bit lucky, trying to pull away from RTX Sparks, who he knows does not have a single time penalty of this race. But we'll watch Pee-wee and see what he can do with these hard compound tires with just 3 laps to go. And we're back underway as he's already in trouble. He's got an Alpine to his inside. He's trying to defend in. There's AlphaTauri spun. Massive amounts of wing debris in the final corner as Nix was the one that spun in. We've got carnage and chaos in turn 2. A lot of cars around. And it's Sparks. Sparks involved in this carnage and chaos. Firefighter P. Oh my god. So much just happened there. I believe Pee-wee just lagged out. And I think Sparks has, yep, he has swing damage. That really sucks for Sparks. He was an opportunity to win this race, but now it's come down to who doesn't have the most time penalties here. We'll quickly look at it. So it's our top 5 here fighting it out for it now. But well, hang on a minute. JDMX Culture up to 7th now. It's not over for Culture. He could probably win this race. Gap to leader. Culture needs to break that 3-second time barrier. He's still losing on it. He gained a spot against Pee-wee, who was struggling for a long time there for the, I think, no, Pee-wee's on the AI now. So now Elite and Dreams fighting it out to see who's going to get on the podium if Culture does not break that 3-second time gap. We're keeping a quick eye on it. So 2 laps to go here at Melbourne Park. It's really unfortunate for Sparks. He was in a huge and great opportunity to snag a race win out of under everyone's noses. Right now, Culture is really falling off the pace. He's now down to 4 seconds. Needs a miracle coming up to this final lap. Needs to push everything he has. Hopefully the drivers ahead will, or actually he needs Goober to really slow down the pace here. But right now it is officially Goober, your race leader. Final lap with DRS online. And Culture is continuously falling off the pace here. He really needs the leaders here to slow up. Dreams does not have DRS, so he didn't get in the 1 second gap, but he's got Elite right behind him, fighting it out for second. ZP and Zachman's trying to... Oh, and Elite has spun, and Zachman retakes third. RZX Elite falling all the way back to P8 now. He collected CSR ZP along with him on this final lap. They're fighting. Oh my god, Sniper and Mikey have spun out. They are still fighting it out. Crossing the final corner for the final time, Dr. Goober Jr. unofficially has won here at Melbourne Park. OTC Dream second, Zachman third. And with the time penalties coming into play, that moves JDM X Culture up into the podium places. What a day it was for that McLaren rookie. But however, it came to him not with race pace, but with penalty-wise. Zachman will be awarded with fourth. Herzig's Elite fifth. That's really unfortunate for him. Spun going into the chicane. And we survived Australia. Can you believe it? We finished, what I think, 12 drivers, maybe 13. I don't know exactly, but it's Goober, it's Culture, and it's Dreams on the podium here in Australia to end the first round of the championship. It's Goober and Haas taking the win tonight. OTC Dreams will come home second. Third is going to be JDMX Culture. Make sure to stay tuned for top 3 post-race interviews coming up next. There's a look at your final results with time penalties included. So Zachman, Elite, Pee Wee, Sparks, Sniper, Firefighter, Mikey around the top 10. Everyone else is where they are. Fastest lap tonight will go to RX Nix. They'll take that bonus point. Alright, so we're going to get our top 3, Goober, Culture, and Dreams in. Alright, so we have Dreams, we have Goober, and waiting on JDMX Culture. We'll begin. Actually, I better go ahead and message him. All right, so we have our top three in with us now, and with that being said, we'll go ahead and start things off. And with you guys in here with me, make sure you guys have your audio included for the stream, so it doesn't sound like I'm talking to myself. So third place, P3 tonight. We'll start off with JD Max Culture, a rookie of the series, fronting the McLaren outfit after Dreams and Mikey left. So, Culture, you come into the series. I known you from the past, being mainly a Forza racer. I guess you run a lot of F1 things too, but take us through how chaotic, from your perspective, tonight's race was, and how did you eventually pull off a third place tonight?
Yeah, it was very chaotic. I mean, mainly because I wasn't up front. I saw almost everything that happened in front of me. Um, Mainly just dodging wrecks and keeping it calm most of the race. Um, as soon as my teammate wrecked out, he was basically my what's it called? My like engineer, just talking me through the whole race. Basically, that's how I got through it. If it wasn't for him, I would have had a harder time.
And for a brief moment, it looked like you were potentially going to try to win this race after Sparks was completely knocked out of contentions after the safety car restart in turn two with all that chaos happening. Did you at all think that you were going to have a little bit pace to probably challenge Goober? Not obviously fighting side by side, but breaking that 3 second time barrier that you had against them.
I knew there could have been a possibility if maybe they fought more up front, because I mean the last few laps is usually more of a heated fight. Um, um, I don't know. My chances were pretty slim. I didn't really have the pace. It would have been cool though if I had the chance, but it wasn't really there for me in the end.
All right, well, thank you for joining us tonight here, Australia, and congratulations on a podium. That should do just nicely in the driver's standings once it gets updated. And yeah, congratulations. We're moving on over to second place. OTC Dreams, our defending series champion. And Dreams, I'm going to tell you this, looking at the performance you put in tonight, it was a big struggle. You fell up to first for a few seconds, then you started to lose pace, went into the pits to put on a fresh set of tires. I mean, you were just all over the grid tonight. I mean, just explain to what your game plan was going into the new season here.
Well, I'm really not great at Australia, but it turns out I had the pace today. Just had an unfortunate clip in, yeah, Alexa. Just had an unfortunate clip on the curb in qualifying, set me out, but moved up in the race and then got a 5 second penalty because someone hit me off the track and I just drove back on. It's whatever, but that 5 second penalty sent me back into the carnage and I got into the race lead, but I had pretty severe wing damage, so it looked like I was off the pace, but just, I couldn't. I had a lot of understeer, and that's what made me get my penalty. But got on the fresh tires and had the pace to win again. But another incident happened. That it is what it is.
And with season three being the most hyped season we've had in the F1 division, I mean, looking back at the past two seasons, I mean, you won both of the season one and season two championships. Season one came down to the wire at Abu Dhabi between you and Games, and then season two, kind of a different situation. You clinched it coming to the final three rounds. I mean, how difficult is it going to be for you this season trying to go back to back to back here in F1?
Um, Winning a championship's hard enough, but doing it 3 times in a row is even harder. And I think it's gonna be a really good season. Just Goober was really quick today. Sparks was quick. Elite looked really quick too. But it's just with how much bigger our grid is, it's just mistakes are a lot more. Like just thinking like the mess up I had blocking a qualifying lap in Belgium and then getting a grid penalty with in Japan. I ended up winning that race, but starting from 10th at last and starting from 18th is a bit of a different story. Hopefully it can be more clean racing. Um, it was a bit questionable today, but it was all fun racing in general. But it's going to be difficult. There's a lot of quick drivers. I hope we have a season just like 2012 in real life.
I mean, we didn't see that much action from the past 2 seasons we've had in this. And with tonight, it's making a big statement. I mean, you gotta survive all the carnage and chaos, and we have Spain coming up next. However, that's slightly different. It's not that quick of a track. It's more about, your throttle control, how much downforce can you put on the car. But what do you think learning from this race tonight helps you improve going on to the rest of the races this year?
Um, I know which drivers I want to be driving against. Um, I know I really don't want to be in the midfield because it's scrappy in there and you lose a lot of time. ERS management was a big thing. I feel like I managed better than them. I just had a league race around Spain where it's a lot easier to overtake, I think, this year. I wasn't a realistic Ferrari, but I started 17th and was making my way through the field, so I'm warmed up to Spain, and I just hope that it could be cleaner in the midfield. 4 or 5 safety cars isn't something you want to see most of the time. So I need to clean up my driving myself. I shouldn't be getting time penalties like that. But hope to be fun. This grid seems like a fun grid, not a huge discrepancy in pace. So hopefully the qualifying margins are tight.
All right, well, congratulations on second on the podium once again. And with that, we're moving on over to our Australian race winner, Dr. Goober Jr. And first things first, Goober, if you're here with us, tell us how it feels winning 2 Australian races.
Absolutely outstanding. That race was chaos to say the least, but it's a great feeling to be back on the top step of the podium. Just proud.
And we were talking pretty much majority of the night, every time we highlighted over you, we were talking about how your qualifying performance is out of this world, but when it comes down to race, it comp- it sometimes comes down to a gigantic disaster for you in the race. But tonight you defied all those odds of the mistakes, and you eventually pulled it all off in the final lap. But yeah, tell us how maybe cleaning up the racing mistakes will help you potentially win a championship here in this series.
Honestly, I feel like the pace has been there like since the beginning of last year. It's just been issues with consistency and I mean wheel issues and all that kind of stuff, and just try to clean all that stuff up is gonna definitely benefit, and just helping the gigantic mistakes and just minimizing those, and we should have a good shot at the championship this year.
All right, Goober, you take home the race win, and you'll take over the drivers' championship. Congratulations on the race win, and that's going to do it tonight here at virtual Melbourne Park in Australia. Next week, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're heading on over to Catalonia for round 2 of the F122 series. My name's been RZXJJ Reds. You've been watching JRL on Twitch. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, and looking forward to seeing what Season 3 of the F122 series has to offer next time. And with that, we are going to sign out.